if you look at everything that's going wrong in our world, in our workplaces, in our schools, is that there's conflict and harm that people get stuck with and don't know how to navigate their way out of. 3 simple elements that most organisations and workplace miss, which is engagement. I've got to be able to tell my story. There's 2 things that disintegrate shame. That's my relationships and my story. When I get to tell my story, I get to open up. I get to decrease my negative affect, increase my positive, and I get to reconnect to myself, which means I can connect with you or my work colleague that I'm having conflict with or whoever. We keep using the same blame and punishment, the same policies and structures, and we expect it to magically change people.
It's really interesting to see, Nicole, the difference between how a workplace handles a really obvious physical injury and a psychological injury. If someone has a physical injury, often the workplace they'll rally around the injured person. There'll be texts, there'll be feeling the love. It's so different though if there's a psychological injury. It can be the exact opposite. This already sort of complex situation becomes even worse by the post-injury lodgement behaviour. When the return to work happens, if it's not done well, it can make the original injury worse. Or it can create an entirely new condition altogether.
With the additional pay comes the additional accountability and responsibility. For victims, targets and witnesses, they need to know how to stop it. So I actually share a courage continuum for allies and one for targets. And what that is a range of things that you can say either in the moment or afterwards, depending on your level of confidence or courage at the time.